Okay, I gotta get my voice together for this one, y'all. Let me drink a little something. Y'all ready? Here we go. Hey, 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 I'm Cara D. Thank you for coming to have Girl Talk with me on my podcast, I'm My Feelings. I'll be discussing things that'll have you reflecting, but also have you intrigued. Have a seat and let's start this healing journey together. And also remember, the growth never stops. Hi, good peoples. It's Cara. How y'all doing? I actually missed you guys. Okay, so you know how like content creators when they been gone for like a minute, which I wasn't gone too long, but like when they be gone for a minute and then they come back and they be like, "Oh my gosh, I missed you guys so much," and you be looking like, "Did you really?" Like you don't even know that I'm really watching you or listening to you. How do you miss somebody that you don't even know? But like I really feel that because it's just like y'all are my sense of therapy. Like I really don't talk to too many people about what's going on in my life, even though like I only come to y'all and talk to y'all like once a week. But the simple fact that I could just come in and what they call it, depress or decompress. Thank you. Sorry, y'all. The fact that I can come in and just like decompress and just literally talk about what I've been going through with y'all. I told y'all y'all are like a sense of therapy. The fact that I can do that and I haven't did it in some days with y'all, I really miss y'all. Like I truly I understand what content creators mean when they tell like the people that support them that I miss y'all. Speaking of support, thank y'all for all the love and the support that y'all have been giving me. I greatly appreciate it. I couldn't be more grateful. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. So let's go ahead and step into what went on during my week. So during my week, I went ahead. We went up to because this was the Martin Luther King holiday weekend. We went up to my mom's and we had a good time. We did. It was more on a relaxation tip, but nevertheless, I digress. I had a good time. I did more sleeping and eating than anything, but it was something that I really needed because it seems like during the week, I don't know, it's like I was getting burnt out, especially like at work, just like throughout my day to day, like when it comes to my home life, my work life, my love life. It's like I was getting burnt, my being a mom first and foremost. But yeah, I felt like I was getting burnt out. Like the more and more it got closer to the holiday. So it was like maybe it was like a week before the holiday weekend. My mom had called and she pretty much told me like some of my family members was coming up there to go and see my uncle that is in prison, and do I want to go? And I was like, I'll let you know because I'm too much not on. I want to get out more, but it's just like when it come down to me actually getting out and going, yeah, it's a little shaky there. I get a little shaky, but I end up going. I went ahead and I called out of work on that Saturday because like I was hurting and I think my ankle was swollen, but and I was tired anyway, so I went ahead and I called out and I end up going up to my mom that Saturday. So it was me, of course, my daughter, and my two cousins that was in the car with me. I drove my car up there. We got there, probably it takes 4 hours to get to my mom. Well, my parents, I'm not just going to say my mom because my stepdad is there as well. But it takes around 4 hours to get up to my parents' place. So we got there like maybe around 6 o'clock. Yeah, around 6 o'clock. And when we got there, my mom, she was cooking some spaghetti. And let me tell y'all how fat I am. How fat I am. So my cousin, my older cousin, she asked me, can I go ahead and take her to Walmart? So my stepdad ended up asking me, well, telling me to, I ain't even gonna say telling me. He asked me, can I pick him up some hamburgers? Because he didn't want spaghetti. He wanted hamburgers. So I said, okay, that's fine. I'll pick you some up. So I ended up picking up the hamburgers because he was going to put them on the grill. So he was like, do anybody want a hamburger? My auntie, my great aunt, she asked, well, she was like, yeah, because she been wanting a burger. That was like her original plan. She wanted burgers and sausages on the grill, which I'm all down for. I love a good grilled meat. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I love a good grilled meat, especially a burger and a steak, medium well. Yes. Now, when I say medium well, I don't mean like, oh, I still want it to be bloody, just a little pink, but to the point where it's still juicy. And if I pop it in the microwave, it's still gonna be juicy. I don't want no jerky. That's well done to me. That's jerky at that point. I'm just chewing and chewing and chewing. I like a good jerky every now and then. But when it comes to my steak, yeah, no, I'm okay. I mean, I'm not judging y'all for whoever likes well done steak. That's on y'all. But me, I'm a medium well type of girl. I am. With some sauteed mushrooms and onions. Oh my gosh, even on my burger. That is like, I'm sorry, I got off track. But yeah, so my stepdad, he put the burgers on the grill, and mind you, my mom is in there making spaghetti as well for all of us. It was maybe a good, maybe between 10 and 15 of us, maybe 10 and 15. One of the two. I'm not gonna sit up here and count all of them people in my head right now, but we end up, they went ahead and cooked all of that. So of course, we was on the hookah. And the hookah, if you know, the hookah gives you a buzz. Yes, the hookah was spiked. If you know, like I said, then you know what I mean. So, and we had salad. We had salad as well. So we had salad, spaghetti, bread, and my stepdad put burgers on the grill, which it wasn't nothing like that. It was just something that he wanted, but he was just like, he asked, did anybody else want one? So he ended up making burgers as well. So we had me, my cousin, and my mom best friend, when she had got there, we ended up going outside on the patio, which it was cold as hell, but we still went out there on the patio. We had some drinks, and we was playing Jenga, and the kids was, of course, running around within the patio area, because they have a screened in patio. So they was running around in the patio area, and while my stepdad is cooking the burgers, we just sitting out there hitting a hookah. Like I said, literally what I just said. So that was the first night. So move over to Sunday. That's where my aunts and my mom end up going up to, I don't know where they went, but they end up going to, I don't know the location, to be honest, but they went to go see my uncle in prison. And then it was me, my mom, best friend, and it was maybe four adults that was left back at the house, and I was one of the adults. So pretty much we was in charge of cleaning the produce and the meat for getting dinner ready. My stepdad was cooking dinner, so by the time they get back, dinner be ready, and all we have to do is just chill. When I tell you, I slept damn near the whole Sunday. My whole Sunday, it was just gone with sleeping. But like I said, it was like a relaxation trip. It really was. We end up, don't judge me, judge your mama. But the kids, we thought my stepdad was watching the kids because it's two toddlers and then it's a 7-year-old and then a teenager. She was in the room. She wasn't paying them kids no mind. But we thought my stepdad was watching the kids. He ended up falling asleep on the kids. I guess they worked him. Yeah, they was watching us at that point, watching all of us at that point. Let me tell you how innocent, sidebar. Let me tell you how innocent kids are. So my mom best friend, she's laying in the bed with me and my cousin because me and my cousin slept in the same bed. So she ended up coming in there with us and we just talking or whatever. She's laying up under her cover. We're head to toe at this point in the bed. So her son, he's 3. He comes in, he gets in the bed and he's just talking to me, Cara, such and such and such. And mind you, he's sitting on his mother's feet. He is. So he ended up getting out the bed, him and my daughter. And now he's looking for his mom. He don't even know, she's literally in the bed with us. So all 3 of us, me, my cousin, and my mom's best friend, we all lay in the bed just laughing like we are dying. So then my stepdad all out the door looking for her. And we not saying nothing. And he's he talking to the little boy. He was like, I don't know where your mama at or whatever. So she ended up calling him. And he comes in the room and he finally sees her wrapped up in the cover. He was like, Mommy, you was hiding from me. And she was like, no, I wasn't hiding from you. I've been here this whole time. And she was like, you was literally sitting on my feet. Kids are so innocent. It's crazy. And they don't pay attention to a goddamn thing. They pay attention to things they don't need to pay attention to. But things that they need to pay attention to, they don't notice it. It'd be funny. When they say kids are hilarious, kids will keep you on your toes, they're like the entertainment of my day, to be honest. So, yeah. But, yeah, that was the little sidebar. So, back to what we was doing for that day. So, my stepdad, I had to cut up the cabbage. So, cut up the cabbage. My cousin, She cleaned the quail so my stepdad could put it on the grill. My mom's best friend made the macaroni and cheese, and he made the cabbage, the rice, and cooked the meat. So by the time they got back, pretty much dinner was done. So we took probably about a 2-hour nap. My cousin ended up getting up to go check on the kids when we was in the room sleep. Like I said, them kids was watching my stepdad because he ended up going to sleep. We didn't even know he was asleep until my cousin went out there. So the kids was probably watching themselves for maybe about a good 45 minutes. They ain't get into nothing, thank God. Well, they're pretty much really self-sufficient. As long as you had them some snacks, which they went and got them snacks themselves, and have their tablet or watching some TV, they good to go. But yeah, they was watching themselves for about 45 minutes. And let him tell it, we pretty much abandoned the kids. When my mom and my aunts came back, yeah, he made it seem like we the ones that just left them kids out there with him, which we did. We was tired. We was tired. But yeah, that's how my weekend pretty much went, because we ended up leaving that Monday because a lot of us had to work Tuesday. Thank God I didn't have to work. So pretty much I was off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I was off for 4 days. It was amazing. Amazing. But yeah, so that's how my weekend went. Moving right along. So we're going to go ahead and get into our topic. I know that was pretty, extended. But the topic is today, the topic for today is, why is it so hard for certain generations to move with the times? And the reason why I want to talk about this, because something had happened over the Christmas, I'm gonna say the Christmas break, around Christmas time. So I know I'm gonna ruffle some people's feathers, but it is what it is. So story time. It was the day before Christmas. We was all at my aunt's house. My mom, my 3 of my great aunts, they're all sisters, and of course my cousin that's around my age, and my daughter. So we're all up at my aunt's house. My mom cutting up the collard greens, and the cook of the family, whose house we're at, she's preparing. She's starting to prepare things for dinner for the next day. Like, she's not cooking it, but like, preparation. Because we usually go to a hall for Christmas. My aunt, she rents out a hall for all of us to go for Christmas. She started doing this for my grandmother's birthday. God, let her rest in peace. She passed, but her birthday is on Christmas. So we usually go there for Christmas. But we're all there. We're sitting around. Some of the family, like I said, doing preparations for dinner. And my daughter, whoever knows, if you have been listening to my episodes, well, and you may hear her in the background. Like, I have a 4-year-old daughter, and for you who don't know, my daughter, she's on the spectrum. So she has like global development delays, which pretty much includes like cognitive, social, and language delays. She goes to therapy. She has ABA therapy, occupational and speech therapy. So mind you, my daughter really hasn't started talking until like maybe last year. So that kind of like tells you where she is when it comes to her development. So anybody that has a child or children with disabilities, you know how it goes. Being a parent of a child with disabilities, you become defensive when it comes to them. And it's just like any little thing that somebody would say about your child, you kind of, even though they may not intend it to be that way, you still take it in a negative light. And it's just like I'm trying to work on that. I really am. I'm really trying to work on that as we speak. I have gotten a lot better, but it's still some things that does trigger me. And with triggers, it comes healing as well. So we're all sitting around. My daughter, she's starting to say a lot more things now, but it's just like not full sentences. She's not like a regular 4-year-old. Clearly, if she has speech delays, like if she has development delays, she's not like every other 4-year-old. So she has no understanding when it comes to personal space, boundaries, anything of that sort. So my aunt, my great aunt, she's like maybe in her late 60s. Yeah, she's like in her late 60s. She's sitting on the couch, and she's sitting at the end of the couch, like where the arm is. It's a little space in between me and her, and then it's me. So my daughter, she's the type of person, she's always up under me. She was a breastfed baby. The mothers that know, they know. Breastfed kids, it's just like, it's like a different type of attachment. And my daughter is extremely attached to me. It's still, at times, she goes in my shirt and just sit her hands in there. She don't be doing nothing. She'll just sit her hand in there. That's just her comfort zone. Like that's just comfort for her. So back to the story. My daughter, she's everybody else is just like they're learning her. She's the first child in our immediate family that is the way that she is, that has a disability. So it's just like, this came with growth. I had to realize that like a lot of people didn't know like how to handle her, and a lot of people was scared to kind of be alone with her or anything. It's just like that's another topic for another day. But it's just like she's been with us for 4 years. It's kind of like, when are you gonna, back to the story. I'm getting up to it. Stay with me. I'm getting up to it. So my daughter, she'll come And it's not like she's meaning to step on your feet, but it's just like she's very active. She's here, she's there, she's doing this, she's doing that, she's climbing on this, she's climbing on that, she's jumping off this, she's jumping off that. She's active, extremely active. So when she's trying to get to me, it's like she's stepping on my aunt's foot. She's not trying to. And it's just like my aunt, she's, oh, like this little girl, oh, you can't say excuse me. And it's just like, oh my gosh. When I tell y'all, like, being triggered to a whole nother level, because it's just like, how dare you sit up here and even fix your mouth to say something in that sort, and you know for a fact my daughter literally just started talking like a year ago. My daughter, she doesn't even hold like full sentences. She'll say, she doesn't hold a conversation. She'll say like maybe 3 to 4 sentences, mommy, like thank you, mommy, or something of that of that sort. But the fact that, oh, you can't even say it, damn, you can at least say excuse me or something ignorant, something ignorant of that sort. So y'all don't understand. It took everything in me to not like lash out. Because when I tell you I was a firecracker, because my daughter, when she was younger, all she did was cry. And the funny thing about it, this used to be my daughter's babysitter. Oh my gosh. Yep. Excuse my language. I fucked up. But it was a learning experience. I was desperate, and it's just like I had to work. But yeah. So it took everything in me to not lash out the way that I probably would have done in the past. So we all just sitting around. The cook of the family, she's in the kitchen. My mom is at the table that's literally right next to us. Then my aunt, she's sitting in a rolling chair that's next to the actual sofa. So I took a deep breath and I was like, you know, auntie, I want you to have a lot more patience when it comes to my daughter. And when I said that, it's just like everybody just chimed in. And my mama, she was like, yeah, because she's not like every 4-year-old. And then my aunt in the kitchen chimed in. And she was like, yeah, you do need to have a lot more patience. She was like, you know what? I'm not going to say my daughter's name, but she was like, you know what? Great. You can come climb on me. You can step on my feet. You can do that. Whatever. You know, like everybody else like understands. But it's just like, this one aunt that was actually my daughter's babysitter, she's just so ignorant to the fact that, baby, oh my gosh, it's the ignorance for me. Oh my gosh. So, and I'm not saying like it's just like that particular generation, because everybody in that generation the generation of my family, they're not like that. But some of them are. And I'm not gonna lie, my grandmother, which is my mom's mom, she was like that for a minute. Like, she used to hold this little girl, this, that, and the other. And it's just like, I think it took for my great grandmother to pass away, for her to like really sit down, to have that awakening, and to be like, well, dang, I do have that family. And it's like me and my grandmother, our relationship was not the best. It was not the best at all. But like I said, I feel like it took for my great grandmother to pass in order for her to really realize it, and for her to try when it comes to me and my child. That's another story for a different day. But our relationship has gotten better, a lot better. But back to the story. So we're sitting there, and of course all the other adults that sees what I see, they chimed in, and she was like, oh, well, why don't I just move? So my mom, she was like, hell, why don't you just move? Hell, that's what such and such wanted you to do anyways, talking about my daughter. That's what she wanted you to do anyway. So we all just started laughing or whatever. And I said, I feel like even though, like, yep, Brooke, my daughter, it's like an immediate aunt. I said, but I feel like because it's not so close to home, that's why you're not trying to understand or trying to pretty much just like move with the times when it comes to like children and like them growing up and their development. I said, because she's not like every other 4-year old. And I need for you to have a lot more patience when it comes to her. If she's that aunt, pretty much you can't tell her anything. She's very combative. It's just like, and she wasn't always like this. I don't know what happened, but it's just like she's that aunt that is just so mean and bitter. And she's like, I know. I said, no, I don't think you know. You don't know. You're so quick to say you know, but you're not acting like you know. You don't know. And my mom, she chimed in and she was like, well, it is an immediate family. I said, no, when I say immediate, I mean like it being her grandchild. Because the fact that it's her great niece, it's like she really don't have to deal with it. It's like on a day-to-day basis. Like my mom has to deal with it. And for a minute, my mom was scared, but it's just like, because she was like, I don't know how to handle her. And I'm like, I had to learn. I had to learn, just like everybody else has to learn. But just because she's different doesn't mean that it's scary. We just have to, learn. Like, that's all we have to do is learn. And it goes back to, I think everything really comes in like in a full circle, because my mom, she's a child advocate. And the funny thing about it, she deals with kids that is like my daughter. She deals with kids. And now my mom, she has gotten a whole lot better, because she's the one, she's coming to me, oh, I think such and such needs ABA therapy or occupational therapy. That'd be really great for her. And she's the one, her and my great aunt, which is the cook of the family, they are the ones that came to me and pretty much that brought it to my light that my child wasn't saying words. And it was like, well, do she need like a hearing test? Because like we'll call her name, she'll just ignore us, like she really won't pay no attention. So then it got to a point where I started being that proactive mom and going to get her ears checked and making sure like nothing is wrong with her. And then like I took her to the doctor. I brought her up to her doctor. She really wasn't. My daughter was 18 months, not saying nothing. All she would do is just cry. And I would have to figure out like what was wrong with her. But me being her mom, it was easier for me to figure out what was wrong with her. So back to everything, I feel like everything comes in full circle because my mom is a child advocate. My cousin, and my second cousin, she's a child advocate. And then my mom's best friend, she's a child advocate. So it's just like they are all in that field. They work with children in that field. And they were all scared. They were all scared to handle my daughter. But it's just like they had to put down that fear and learn, because it's just like every child is not the same. Every child is not going to be the same. So my daughter was the first child in our family to be the way that she is now. So I guess if you have been enjoying this week's episode of I Have My Feelings thus far and you would like to give the show some support, please click the link in the show notes below or consider leaving a review through Apple Podcasts. Now let's go ahead and get back to the show. I guess me and my daughter, we came and shook things up like now. But yeah, so, and also like besides for that situation, like my daughter's situation, it's like this same aunt, she has a grandson that he's gay. Which I don't care. It's just like all the younger people in the family, we don't care about that. Like, whatever. Baby, that's you. You like what you like, I like what I like. As long as you're not liking what I like. If you're not hitting on my man, I could truly care less. I feel like they are more accepting when it comes to like a woman being gay. But you know what? I'm not even gonna say that, because she's the type of person that she think everybody want her. Like, I don't know why, but she thinks everybody wants her. I guess it's just like her own little personal vendetta. I don't know. Whatever. But she has a grandson. He's gay. And it's just like the way, when I tell you them two, they bump heads like no other. And he's such a sweetie. He is such a sweetheart. And like, he just went off to college. Shout out to you. You're going to be great in life. I did, because yeah, he is such a sweet person, amazing person, and a little lazy, but nevertheless, he's an amazing person, sweetheart. But it's just like, even his mom, I feel like the way that they treat him, the reason why they treat him the way that they treat him is because of the simple fact that, for one, he's gay. And I feel like his mom treat him that way because of the way, the simple fact that he's gay. But it's just like, because his grandmother is just like anti, yeah, just got a problem with people being gay, being who they are. And then because just like his mom didn't want him to be gay, his mom wanted him to have a girlfriend. First he liked girls, then he's bisexual, then pretty much now he's gay. And I'm like, okay, well, if the man like what he like, I'm a firm believer in, for one, let people be who they are, accept them for who they are, and move along. It's just like, because don't nobody judge you for liking what you like, doing what you do, and so on and so forth. It's just like, let people live their life. And I'm all for do what makes you happy. If liking the same sex makes you happy, whoop-de-goddamn do. That's your fucking business, because I don't care. Like, it's like the younger generation in my family, it's like we don't care. But it's just like them older ones, and it's just like the little things that they'll say that I be hearing them say about him, and it's just like, why is that even necessary? And is that even called for? It's just like, what did this man do to you to make you feel this type of way about him? And once again, I feel like because they was brought up pretty much in a heterosexual household, because yep, their mother and their father was married. But it's just like, because they was brought up in a heterosexual household, it's just like they're not willing to accept, I guess, the gayness. But it's just like, bro, it's some of them, some of the older people in my family, some of them, not all of them, some of them. And it's just like, baby, we yeah. And me and my cousin that's pretty much the same age, we're like, it's not us that's the fucked up ones. It's the ones that's supposed to be leading this family. That's the fucked up ones. That their mindset. It's just like, we got to break this generational curse, because the level of ignorance that is coming from them, it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And it's just like, that's why I literally sit back now, and when I first started my journey, my spiritual journey, I really sat back and reflect, and like, well, damn, okay, the way that I was brought up, the things that was taught to me, it may not even be necessarily the right way. And then I was talking to like a really good friend of mine. It's a guy. He's older than me. We was talking, and at the time he didn't have a child. Well, his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, was pregnant. But we was just talking, and I expressed to him, I was like, I can't fault my mom for how she was brought up, because of the simple fact she was only doing what she knew at that time. And boy, when I tell you, it did, like, the conversation was just such a mature conversation and just like an enlightenment. And he was like, that is true. And it's just like, when you have a child, you really don't know what to do. You literally just trying to go with the flow at that point. And he was like, and I really don't know like how I'm going to be able to do this with a new child. And I said, honestly, your parental instincts, they will kick in, but it's just like, because he had childhood traumas as well. I really don't have that many, at least I don't know of. But of course, I'm pretty sure it'll come to light sooner or later. But he was like, but I can't, because his dad really wasn't an affectionate person. His dad is an older guy as well. His dad really wasn't an affectionate person, and he really wasn't there. But it's just like he said, but he's trying to make up for it now. Like his dad will call him and ask him like to come help him with something, like, you know, around the house. And he was like, I know that's his way of trying to get to me, like trying to get close to me and have that bond, because of the simple fact that he wasn't there. And I said, and that is true. And I said, you have to honor him where he stands. Since he is trying now, go ahead and accept it. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. And like I said before, he was a provider. The mom was the one that was there actively in his life. And you cannot fault your dad for being that provider, because you wasn't lacking for anything. And now, oh, God damn it, look. And now to this day, like, that literally just did something to me, because another story, my daughter, yeah. I feel guilty of not being so present in my daughter's life because of me having to work. It's like I want to be there for her, but it's just like the way that I want to be there for her right now, I can't be, because I have to be there for her financially. Oh, epiphany. Oh my gosh. See, this is why I say y'all are like my form of therapy at this point, because it makes me realize things. But yeah, it's just like, don't fault your parents. Don't fault your parents for it's like you just gotta heal. You just gotta heal. Don't fault your parents for like the way that they was when you grew up, because they was only doing what they knew how to do and what to do at that time. They were literally just trying to survive. And now that I'm older, have my own child, I'm a single mother, trying to do this on my own, trying to get myself together, I'm really only doing what I know what to do at this time. I'm literally just surviving. I'm not living yet. That I'm trying to get to a point where I'm living, but it's just like right now I'm just surviving. I am just surviving. And I can't even remember what the hell I was talking about, why I even got up to this point. Oh, it's like when I get started, I just go and just go and just go. So I gotta bear with me. And come to think about it, it's just like the way that me and my grandmother's relationship, sidebar, the way that my grandmother's relationship used to be, it's like I can't fault her for not acting like or treating me like a granddaughter, when for a fact she didn't receive that type of relationship, that type of love, that type of interaction with her own grandmother. So it's just like, how can I expect that from somebody that never received that for themselves? It's just like, and people really have to like really think about things like that. And because when my great grandmother had passed, I don't even know if my mom, if she listens to this, I don't know if she remembered, but it was just like around the funeral time, and I asked her, I was like, was my grandmother's grandmother in her life? And she was like, no. I said, that's why she act the way that she act. And it got to a point where my mom, like, we got into a conversation, and she was like, you really need to, you still have growing to do. And I said, we all still have growing to do, because first and foremost, the growth never stops. Like, you never stop growing as a person. Even in your old age, you never stop growing as a person, because as you sit there and you reflect on your life and see how you handle certain situations, It's just like, well, damn, I could have handled that situation a lot different than what I did, or like I should have, or why I see why the person like felt this type of way about what I said or what I did. And it's just like, yeah. Or why did I expect for this person to view me or have my back or treat me this certain type of way, when for a fact they don't know, like they never received that in their life. So how can I expect that from them? Their mind doesn't go there. And I had to tell my mom that, because my cousin that was going off to college, he was like, she came to him and she was like, well, I will help you. I need for you to go and get see what you need when it comes to school. And he was like, and she was like, well, I don't know why he's not thinking that way. And I said, how do you expect for him to think the way that you are thinking, when for a fact he was not raised that way? Something that you may think is common sense, if that person did not come from a household where common sense was there, then you can't expect for somebody to have common sense. Common sense is not always common. And a lot of people, we forget that. we truly do forget that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get up off of that, because I can go all day. I really can. I can go all day. And yeah, it's just, the way people are brought up, generation from generations, it's just like, yeah, you notice the ignorance from the past generation, and yeah, I'm pretty sure the next generation up under me, they're gonna notice the ignorance from my generation. So it's just like it's just a cycle. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. But we're gonna go ahead and move into self-care. What I have realized, so I said that I'm going to try to start meditating a lot more. I failed. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I failed at that. So we gonna try it this week, this upcoming week. We're gonna try it again. We're gonna keep trying until we get it right, because that's what life is about. Trying until we get it right. But what I have noticed, when I meditate, like right before I go to sleep. So you know how you lay down in bed and you'll probably just like start strolling on your phone. Take that time, for the people that meditate, if you know, take that time, because some people meditate in the morning or meditate throughout the day. Me, I usually meditate like on my lunch break, because then when I go back to work, I just be a lot more relaxed. And that's probably why, like, I was just in such an anxious mood. Like, I was just like, I don't know, my emotions were just like up and down. It's like I was on the emotional roller coaster this week. That's what the hell it was. TMI, warning alert. It's probably because my period was starting, but still, it's just like I was so emotional. Like my emotions was up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's just with like all aspects of my life this week. But yeah, because like when I meditate, I be a lot more calmer. I don't take things to the heart. I'm gonna put it that way. And it's just like I handle a lot of situations a lot more graceful when I do meditate. And I try to see everybody's what word am I thinking of? Point of view. Thank you. I try to see everybody's point of view when I meditate. And that's probably what the hell was wrong with me. I just need to meditate a lot more this week. But I have noticed, like, when I meditate, like, right before I go to sleep, like, set my alarms and everything, meditate, and then go straight to sleep. Don't pick up no phones. Don't look at nothing else. Just go straight to sleep after I meditate. The quality of my sleep be 100 times better. For one, I go into a deeper sleep. I don't get interrupted, and it's just like I actually sleep. You know how sometimes when you go to sleep, it feels like when you wake up, it feels like you haven't even slept. No. When I meditate before I go to sleep, I get up, I be rejuvenated. It felt like I really have slept. I got some rest. So what I would highly advise for the people that meditate, try meditating like right before you go to sleep. Like, meditate. Don't look at no phones. Don't get on social media. Just go straight to sleep right after meditation. And y'all let me know how it work out for y'all. Like, seriously. But yeah. So for the song of the week, unfortunately, I don't have a song of the week. We'll try it again next week. I'm sorry, you guys. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and wrap up our episode for this week. Thank you for coming and having, I'm not even going to say girl talk, because I'm pretty sure it's not only girls that listen to me. Thank you for coming in and having a therapy session with me. And that concludes this therapy session. And I will see you in your next episode of On My Feelings. Toodles.